guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Amanda, and if you're new here, please do stick around by clicking the subscribe button below. If you're old, thank you for sticking along with me and welcome. Today we have a special guest, as you can see, a face you've never seen before, my mom.
Hi,
You can refer to her
everyone.
as Her Majesty, or let me let you introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Cynthia Chude, but they call me Her Majesty or Godibeze. Yeah.
So we know her as Her Majesty, ever young mom. So today we're going to be having a very, very important and interesting discussion. This is going to be our mommy tag series. So if you want to see more videos like this, please do give this video a thumbs up. Tell us what you would like to see or topics you would like to hear from the both of us. At least I'm bringing an older generation point of view with the, I won't call myself younger generation, but at least middle generation, if you know what
You're
I
not
mean.
Gen Z at least.
No, I'm not Gen Z, not at all. So we're bringing two different points of views when it's coming to multiple topics. So feel free to let us know what you would like to hear from the both of us. But today I want to talk about sex education when it's coming to the African culture or educating kids generally when it's coming to sex. Okay. So now, from my own experience and from the general masses and the people that I know I've spoken to, the way we educate our kids in Nigeria, especially from your own generation, is completely different from what I have experienced coming to the United States, especially when it's coming to sex education. Our parents usually shy away from having these conversations with us growing up. I remember that the moment I started seeing my period or I hit puberty, then the thing that was told to us was, "Oh, if a guy should touch you, you get pregnant, and that's it." So we
I,
thought,
I actually did not tell you that.
no, but that was the like regular thing that most people. I don't think you even told me anything, though.
Yeah, so
That's
you
the
can't say
thing.
you were told. I didn't tell you that if a
No, I
guy
said
touches you,
we
you
were
get
told, like the
pregnant.
general
Okay.
people.
All
But
right.
but I've heard a lot of stories from friends and all that. Like that's the general thing, and I'm sure you've heard that story as well. But you didn't tell me anything, and yes, why didn't you tell me anything?
It's not like I didn't tell you anything. Maybe I didn't sit you down and give you lecture on sex education, but we say things to you younger ones, the children every day. Like if you do this, this might happen. You don't do that, you don't do that. But I don't know. We can't give up what we don't have. Our parents did not sit us down to talk about sex. I
Yeah.
think to some people it's a kind of taboo. It's an off-limit stuff. It's just now that the world is opening up that people talk about sex anyhow because probably in our mind we feel that it's off-limit topic, especially when you are not married yet. So I don't know whether we got that from the Bible, but
So, but do you think or do you believe that generally, if our culture, especially in Nigeria, or the people that usually shy away from talking about this kind of stuff, do you think that if they talk and educate um, their kids, especially girls, or their kids in general, like a lot of things could have been prevented in the future? Like, okay, for example, now if we were being told per se about different types of contraceptive or different types of things to help you prevent pregnancy, in as much as you know that we are not meant to have sex at that young age, right? But and it's against our culture, it's against our religion, but still, if you speak to the younger generation or the kids about this, at least they'll be better prepared, and there won't be multiple pregnancies out of wedlock that even some parents don't know about, because some children would get pregnant and get so scared of communicating with their parents that they just go behind doors and go take it out or have an abortion. And abortion is not legal in Nigeria, I believe, but it still happens. They still find one or two ways to do it. And that's the reason why you hear some deaths of people die from abortion. People have complications that could affect them in the future, especially when it's coming to childbirth. and all that kind of stuff. So do you think that having that conversation at a young age, or at least having that conversation with kids, could help prevent it in general terms, or you think it doesn't make a difference?
It makes a huge difference. I agree with you 100%. There's nothing like communication or teaching the younger ones what they should know. During our own time, the world was not like this, at least. There was no phone to a certain extent. The social media is not like this. Like now, you see kids of 4 years going on YouTube. They can sub any site. They can go to any site. They can watch anything, mostly unsupervised. Pornography is on the rise. It wasn't like that when we were growing up. At least you don't get to see such things. I think that was why that subject, sex education or whatever, was limited, kind of.
Okay.
But right now, you need to actually let the children know what they are getting into. As a matter of fact, no parent will sit, or African parent in quote, will sit their daughter down and tell them about, oh, contraceptive. If you're sexually active, you should be using this to prevent unwanted pregnancy. No parent wants to hear that my underage child is having sex, or my unmarried daughter, as a matter of fact.
Let
Yes,
me clarify. In the African culture, underage does not mean 18 and below. Nope. Underage means you're still living under your father's roof.
exactly.
You're still living under your father's roof, even if you're 25. As long as you're not married and you're under your father's roof and you're eating their food, you're underage. So let me just make that clear in case we have any other audience out here
Well,
watching.
not really 25, because by 25 it is expected you must have finished university and gone off to live on your own. But actually, when you live under your parents' roof, like you're still a child, that you live under their terms and regulations. They tell you when to come in. You don't come in late. Some parents will not allow you to bring your boyfriend home or your girlfriend home, as the case may
In
be.
fact, they
So
wouldn't even want to
it,
hear
it,
that you have a
it
boyfriend or a
depends. It
girlfriend.
all depends. But you see, now I'm here in America, and my grandchildren are 4, 5, and 3. And the way they just, in Africa, we believe this is private, like your private part. Some people don't get to call vagina or penis, anyhow. It's heavy in the mouth. But here they play with it. My grandson was asking me, Grandma, do you have penis? And I said, no. He asked, what do you have? It was heavy, I say I have a vagina, but I just had to say that because that is how they are brought up. They need to know. You see, we are not treating every part of your body like this is my hand, this is my
My leg,
eyes.
yes, that's
It
true.
should be that way. It should be that way. But I don't know whether it is that this is a private part that we keep it so private. You don't talk
Yeah,
about.
it's sacred.
How do you ever start thinking, I have a penis, left, right, and center? It's heavy for any, like my generation. The parents, you won't say, you can't even. Now some parents give it all kinds of names. They won't tell a baby girl you have a vagina when they'll give it different names. Wash your meat when you're taking your shower. What wash your whatever they call it. Give it different names, excluding that particular
Or if
name
you're boys, they'll say
for which
PP.
it is not.
They'll say,
Yeah,
what's your
that's your
PP?
PP. What's your you know that
What's your
you
wee
get what
wee?
I
What's your
mean. But
PP?
I think that the name should be mentioned
Yeah.
from time. What is wrong with a vagina? Actually, that is the name that it is known for. But for us, I'm just saying it now. It's not like I couldn't say it at first. Do you have, grandma? That was the question they asked me. Do you have a penis? Like I was. It took me a few seconds to say. I just said no. If it's back in Nigeria, like Africa, maybe you smack the
You
child
spank
on
the
you.
child for asking that kind of question.
What, that kind of thing. From that moment, when I now go to undress, I have to now hide myself, because they'll now come and be looking at you like, I want to see what is there and how it looks like. One of them had already asked me, let me see your penis. I said, no, you cannot see it. Or grandma's own cannot be seen, as a matter of
No, I
fact.
think it's just curiosity when it's coming to kids
Sadly,
because
because you see
you,
theirs, they
yes,
play with it, they know what it is, and then they don't know what to have. So I now have to teach them that all the guys have the same, and the women, all the males, girls, ladies, women, they all have the same kind.
So, for
So we
example,
call
mommy
us
and Sky.
VJ. I told them, myself, mommy, and Sky, we have VJs. And what's that VJ? It's vagina that I couldn't even say. But I need to tell them. So African parents, we find it difficult. Even now, we struggle. But thank God for the newer generation. At least they let loose. Not every, not, it's now here. Even in
Yeah,
Nigeria,
I
even
think
your
even in
set,
Nigeria, my
they still
sets
find it
do still
difficult
find it
because
difficult
you
to
can't give what you don't have.
have. Yeah.
We didn't grow up like that, and that is sad because most of our kids, they learn things from their peers, their friends, and they learn a lot of stuff from phone, social media, and it shouldn't be, because if you sit your child down and teach your child sex education, this is what you're not supposed to do. But in case it ever happens, let me know. This is what you're supposed to do. Make your children your best friends so that they can open up and talk to
Confidently to
you.
talk to you, yeah,
I don't think there's any African child that will get pregnant and confidently go to the mom to say,
and tell them.
Mom, I missed my period.
True.
What? They will hide it to high heavens and then go do all sorts of things behind, sometimes dangerous to their health. But if they can open up to you, then you know how best. But some parents, they will even open up to them and say, if you know where you're looking for it, go find it. Wherever it is, you dropped it. Otherwise, you see this house, it will not contain both of us.
Yeah,
That is how some people take it. Some chase their children out of their
and you
homes
get disowned.
because, in quotes, they don't want the stigma. I mean, I don't understand. Pardon me, I'm from Onitsha, and we are kind of liberal. So we tolerate some certain things to an extent, not unlike other Nigerian tribes, like other Igbo tribes. I'm Igbo, but I'm from Onitsha precisely. So it shouldn't be that way. If you make your children your friends, they can tell you anything. If your child misses her period, you should be the first person to actually know. And then you know how to go about it, depending on her age, whether it is wise to keep it, whether the guy is responsible enough, even if the guy should be in the picture or not. These are the things you have to talk about with your child. But before then, before they make this mistake, if you have been talking to them about it, you know, in the first instance, most parents don't know that their children have boyfriends. They don't
Yeah,
see them.
because it's
So,
hidden. But the thing is that I feel like if you're very close with your kids and the communication is there, that the moment they start liking someone or they start talking to anybody, you would know.
yes.
Yes, you will definitely know. Some parents will know and they will do like they don't know. They will
Because
pretend
they
like it
don't
doesn't
actually want
exist.
to know. In their mind, they are praying that this is not true. But your child has grown. They have boyfriends.
And
I
when I mean
actually prefer to be involved in my children's
children's life,
lives, to
yeah.
know what their friends, even if it's not boyfriend, like intimate, in quote, you bring your friends home so that we talk together, we vibe together, you get to know the kind of people your children move with is very, very
You even
important.
get to know the kind of child you have. Because to be honest, this would be a complete different topic maybe next time. But I feel like some African parents can't really tell who their kids really are.
Yes.
People that like they're not really close with their kids to say, oh, this is what my child can do and this is what my child can do, or this is who my child really is, because a lot of kids tend to be a complete different person in front of their parents. Like I said, another topic for another
Yeah,
day.
that should be another topic because actually, yes, it's true. Most African parents are not their children's best friends. Let me
Yeah,
put it that way. They are not their children's friends even
they're not
because
friends.
we are strict.
Yeah, we're their parents. Like
Because
they
we
tell you
are,
they're not
you
meant
will
to be
think that,
friends.
with iron hands, we tell the child, don't do this, don't do that, but love conquers all, actually. But I think it's fresh topic, actually, for another day, because if you make your child your best friend, there's no off limits. You can talk about anything with your child. The
I
child will
tell
be
her everything and anything.
so your child will be your friend. I love to get involved in my children's affairs. As a matter of fact, their girlfriends, I know their names. I vibe with their friends. You think that I'm mixed with them because I chat with them, like on WhatsApp. Just chat with my my children's friends. I talk with them. I want to know what is going on with you. I want to know if my child suffers a heartbreak. Yes, I get to know because probably I'm the only one available at that point that you need to console your child, tell your daughter that it's one of those things, or your son. When my son suffered his first heartbreak, maybe to pick for another day.
They will
How
cast you
I
on
had
this
to help
channel,
him
Chico.
like overcome that.
No, no,
Who be
they're going to cast you in this channel.
don't call my son's name here. So maybe for another day we'll talk about that. It's good to actually, but that sex education, I failed in that area. I really did not teach my children that,
No,
but
she didn't.
it was insinuated, you know. When you find out thing that you're looking for, your eye will go clear. But thank God, God gave me good children. Like
Yeah,
so,
we are very good kids.
I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I didn't have that headache. I
Yeah.
thank God for that. Anyway,
We
what
could
age
make
is
it work
actually
too.
right for you to start teaching a child sex education?
Well, personally, for someone that has lived in Nigeria and for someone that is living in the US and for someone that has experienced, life to some extent, I feel like at the age of 15, okay, first of all, not necessarily sex education, right? I feel like once a girl should hit the age of getting her menstrual period, you should sit down and have a conversation with that child. Okay, and it shouldn't be a conversation where you just offload a lot of information, not to overwhelm the child, but at least you should start bringing up topics and having conversations because kids at the age of as young as 12 tend to start having crushes. And if you don't have that um, sex education or topic or have that conversation with them at that age, and maybe they're the type of kids that tend to start seeing their periods early, they might make a very wrong decision at that age. So I feel like once you start get to the age of seeing your period, that conversation should start.
Okay, let me
You should
just
start
put
having
it
that
out there. I don't
conversation.
think you should wait until the period comes because most times when they get their period, some are late bloomers. They
Yeah.
are off in secondary school before they get their period. It is their friends that will teach them how to
Oh
use
yeah.
pad and all that.
Oh yeah. No, no,
I
that I know.
actually now our kids do things that will shock you. They talk about things that will shock you. Primary school children, they know things you don't know. So please start early.
Yeah. No, at an early age
It's
at
good to
least.
start early. You don't wait until 10. Some of them have their period 9 years. They are early
That's
bloomers.
why I said. That's why I said once you get your first period, that conversation should start
So
having
like
for
I
early
think that
bloomers.
like the
No.
moment your child gets to 8 years, the person can understand certain things. You
Yeah.
don't have
To
to give
over
them
and
overload of
details. Yeah.
information. Yes, you
Exactly.
say in case this happens, let mommy know. And when you are having your own menstrual cycle, the child might know, be able to give you your pad, knows that every month mommy
Get the child
sees this. It
involved.
happens to every child. This is what prepares you to have babies in future if you want to, and all that and all that. Then once it happens, you now give another lecture about how you now evaluate, you can take in, you can actually have a child.
Yeah.
So
And
these things are
again,
necessary.
I don't think this sex education per se should only be for the female child. I feel like it's also as important to educate your male children as it is female children because a lot of young males like now we are focusing more on the female because it's the women that tend to get pregnant, right? And it's our bodies, that's us. But then it takes two to tango. You're not the only one getting yourself pregnant, and if you don't educate your male or your sons, then they don't really know the consequences of impregnating
It's not only
a
impregnating,
child,
they
or
will hear about
even
STDs.
STDs. Yeah,
Yes.
there are a lot of things, even
If they
STDs
keep sowing their
as
wild
well.
oats left, right, and center, I mean, they could get infected. So the male should also be lectured. And they need to know when their sisters are going through stuff
Yeah.
also. So you have to educate both sex, both male and female, and you have to start early. That's my humble opinion.
If you know you like this kind of video, please again give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Let us know topics you would like to hear from Her Majesty on this platform, okay? And then if you have any other questions or any other comments with regards to the topic for today, which is sex education and teaching our kids about sex, at such a young age in Africa or your experiences. Also, let us know in the comment section. Again, thank you guys for watching and thank you, mommy, for gracing Amandeza's channel with your presence. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.